Welcome back, guys. Hope you are enjoying the ridiculously hot weather we've been having. I'm not, but making do. I'm on the road currently with Luna in the trailer because we are on our way to a trail ride. So I don't know if there's gonna hardly be anybody there or not. I'm in charge of our Saddle Club's trail rides, but like whenever I announce them or post them, people don't really like give feedback like if they're gonna be there or not, so you kind of just have to show up and like whoever's there is there, I guess. But yeah, so we're gonna go on a trail ride and that's about it. She's not very happy about working today because honestly Luna hasn't been ridden in probably like a month. I just haven't been on any group trail rides. I didn't go to the one last month because it was like over an hour and a half away, and with gas prices right now and stuff, like that's too far to travel for me, really, for just a day ride. If I was camping overnight, sure, totally, but just for like a one-day ride, that was just gonna be too far for me. So we missed that one, but we're almost there, so I will see you guys when we get there.
I'll use the mounting block. I was just going to grab one. That's what I mean.
Stand still.
Oh, you mean the one over there?
Good girl.
Come at me.
Well, I spent 20 years in the Marine Corps, so I can hear now than I used to hear. And for a job, talk with them.
What's coming our way, Brooklyn? We should fish tonight, Brooklyn. After having early supper. Let's go fishing off the bridge. That'd be for about 2 hours. That'd be ideal, wouldn't it? If what Salisbury Bridge by Muscatine. Oh. Put that in the rig. Got rolled underneath him. Maybe we can say I didn't keep that. Maybe it's the right one. If you don't make them always, unload the rig up in that, I gave $2,500 for it. But that was my whole 5 or 6. Right. Unloaded my pocket.
Alright guys, it's the next day, it's Monday, and Luna did really good on the trail ride yesterday, so I was definitely happy with our ride, and it was a nice day. It wasn't too hot, so that was awesome. It was good to get her out for a ride. I haven't ridden her in like a month, or maybe a month and a half, I don't know. But anyways, she did good for not being out and getting ridden much. Today, this afternoon, my plan, for one, I have this dilemma going on. So a few weeks ago, I had brought home this whole flatbed trailer full of hay, and I've just been covering it with tarps, obviously. But I started at the front and have worked my way back, and now we're at the last, 15 bales or whatever. And like this right here is completely unfeedable. Like I won't even give this to the goats or anything because it's just absolute solid mold. It's just disgusting, and it's not wet right now, but like last night it was wet. So that right there isn't really feedable either. And I need to go through these bales because if there's anything else that's this bad, I need to get rid of it. I'm probably just gonna have to wheelbarrow it out into the trees somewhere and dump it. Actually, I don't know if I could use any of it for the chickens or not, like just as in their nesting box, or if that would be bad for them. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go get the wheelbarrow. It's up by the feed shed and get rid of this nastiness. Here's why I can't wait till, I'm waiting to like pay off some of my like credit cards and stuff like that before I buy the new cover to this thing, because that thing had, the cover, because the Borders horses used it as just like their shelter. Well, that was a terrible idea. Don't ever do that. Those things are not made to withstand livestock because they just basically lift it up. And they're like $170 to replace for basically just a massive tarp to go over that stupid frame. So once I save up some money and stuff, I'm just gonna buy a new cover for that. But that will be at least way nicer than keeping hay under tarps. So okay, so this is what I'm currently dealing with. The like 3 bales that were stacked here all got pitched because they look like this. This one has a little bit of mold on it, but only the bottom. Like the sides are fine, the top is fine. So I'm gonna feed this one because the horses can just kind of pick out what they don't want. These I'm gonna go through and see if they are salvageable or not. Really my main concern is just making sure they're not like moldy all the way through it, because my horses aren't stalled or anything. They're all on dry land stuff, and so they can kind of pick out and leave what they don't want to eat, which they normally do. That one is really moldy on that side. The other sides are all fine, but I'm not sure. I'll have to break it open and just look at it on the inside. Ugh. So I just lifted up this one, and I'm gonna guess this entire bale is probably gonna have to be pitched because solid black mold on the bottom. So we're just gonna roll this guy off and pitch that whole bale, probably this whole bale too. I'm guessing there must have been a hole in the tarp right here because none of the other bales were like this bad at all. It's like just these last few ones are really terrible. So that one, probably gonna have to pitch this one too because that looks pretty dense. Bottom doesn't look bad, but I don't even really feel bad about pitching this hay. It's such crappy hay anyways. So look, this one doesn't look bad. This one was pretty much fine, and the one underneath it was fine, except for these couple end slices, or end flakes will have to be pitched, but that one can stay. And this one can stay. Let's lift this one. That's not bad either. Just those couple end flakes, but if I pitch those, the rest should be okay. Anyway, I'm gonna pitch that one. I don't remember if I was gonna pitch this one or not. I think this was the one on top of it. yeah, we're just gonna pitch that one too. Also, a little tip for you guys, if you have to buy your own hay, or if you work at a boarding facility, or really anything, just like really good thing to know about hay. And I'm only telling you this because I have a lot of horse friends that don't know how to look for good hay. When you feel these bales, like these bales are obviously way moldy, but even bales that don't appear to be moldy, if you touch these bales, you can feel that like they're hot to the touch. This bale especially is really, really warm on my hands, like somebody turned the stove on, like it's hot, which is kind of weird to think about, especially like if you've never felt it before. You're like, why would a hay bale be hot? But it is, it's like literally hot to the touch. And that happens when there is moisture in the bales. So whether they've been rained on or they were baled too wet, like they didn't let the bales, the alfalfa dry enough before they baled it. And that can actually start barn fires. I know people whose hay barns have burnt down. I was a firefighter for 6 years, so I've been on barn fires. And that can cause your hay to catch on fire. It seems weird because there's moisture, so you wouldn't think that it would start a fire, but it can. So when you're like stacking hay, or if you have to buy hay for your own horses, definitely don't be afraid to like open a bale and put your hand on it, or just put your hand on the bale. And if you feel any like really warm bales, then I would just avoid those. If you're gonna feed them right away, what some people will do is when they stack their hay in the hay barn, they will buy like salt, whether it's bags of feeding salt, or I've heard people use bags of like sidewalk salt, like the winter stuff. You can spread that in between each layer of hay bales, and that will help absorb some of the moisture so that your hay doesn't catch on fire and burn your barn down. And it doesn't look like this, hopefully. But look at all that hay. Look at all that hay I freaking wasted. Because, oh my god, that one's really hot. Like, that almost hurts my thumb to put my hand on. But, yeah, that's how nasty it is. So sad. It's like throwing money away right there. That's literally what that is. I didn't pay for this hay, but still, pretty depressing. Okay, so I know I haven't done like a chit-chat cat cleaning video in a while, but I don't really think I can do like the rest of it like in a chit-chatting video. So I need to clean like all of my halters and stuff, and like nylon materials, because actually I need to go get like Sugar and BB's halter, and I'll show you guys, but they're just like coated in brown, black, just like dirt and grime. So I want to clean all of that off today. I've got Dixie's halter that she wore on her last day that has like some blood on it, and like everything just needs clean because it's so grimy and gross. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so this is a pile of all of my halters, lead ropes, not including the ones that are still hanging up there. But like a lot of them, they're just like, well, this one's obviously dirty. This is the one Dixie was wearing. Like this one, it's just covered in mud because Oakley wore it for a couple days. This one is Sugar's, so she wears it every day, and it's just like so grimy and dirty and just so much gunk. We need to clean. BB's, same thing. This orange one just covered in gunk. So I've got my big water tub there full, and I might even need the other one, honestly. But I'm just gonna put a little bit of my soap in there, just some disinfectant and cleaner. God, that looks so weird in the sun. Put that in there. Honestly, dish soap, like Dawn dish soap, would probably work fine too, if you have it. So I'm just gonna, my cotton lead ropes, like this green one, I don't really like to soak This one's not very dirty anyways, but they just kind of break down and like deteriorate the more they're wet. So, okay, here's Dolly's. Walter. BB's. All right, got it all soaking between these two buckets. And when it's done, I think I'm just gonna kind of rinse it off and then put it in the shade to dry, because I don't want it to like fade in the sun, especially BB's headstall. I don't want it to fade in the sun. But I'm gonna go ahead and end off this vlog because my phone's running out of storage, so it's gonna be fun to edit this and upload it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you learned something today between the hay and I guess that's probably it. It's probably all the informational stuff I gave you. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.